Hi, everyone, and welcome to another edition of City Spotlight. I'm your host, Pablo Pereira. Tonight, we're coming to you from outside the Calabasas Children's Library for a very, very special event. It's a portrait unveiling of one young man named Kevin Cordasco. Well, many of you probably knew Kevin. Many more of you probably didn't. But I can tell you this young man was certainly an inspiration to the entire community of Calabasas. Just a few minutes ago, Mayor Fred Gaines did the portrait unveiling. Let's check it out.
Welcome, everyone. My name is Fred Gaines. I'm the mayor of the city of Calabasas, and I really appreciate you all coming out for this very, very special occasion. We have never done this before. No resident in the history of Calabasas has had their portrait hung in any of our city facilities, let alone our city hall and our library. But this turnout is telling as to why Kevin Cordasco is the one to have his portrait hung here today, and we'll talk about that in a moment. First of all, we have with us today the artist, and you'll see her work in a minute, but she is a truly incredible artist. We're very, very fortunate to have her as a member of our community. Her name is Maureen Gaffney-Wolfson, and yes, you could applaud. Art has been in her blood since childhood. She was an actress and a singer. She was a model. She was on TV and in movies, and then went on to start creating art. And we have another piece of her art in our city hall. She was part of a presentation earlier this year when the mayor of Roscommon County, Ireland, came to visit us. She created a beautiful piece of art that included paintings of our city and of Ireland and of former Governor Downey of California, who is also from Roscommon, Ireland. And so this is the second piece of art by Maureen that will be here in our City Hall and Civic Center. So Maureen, thank you so much, and thank you for being here. Beth Barber and her daughter, is that right, was involved in collecting books, and we have 60 new books for our library that were collected as part of leading up to this presentation and in memory of Kevin. So we have that here as well. But the real reason we're here tonight is to unveil the portrait of a truly great resident of Calabasas, someone that we have all learned so much from. His statement of courage, strength, believe is something that has infected our entire community. And we have learned so much from him and are so grateful for all of his great work in our community and leading to what we're about to do, which is unveil his portrait. It's hard for me to imagine how you're feeling, both because of the unthinkable loss, but also because of this great honor and the incredible tribute. And I don't know if you'd like to say a few words before we do the unveiling.
Naturally, I have a pre-written statement because I cannot speak the way that Kevin spoke. So if you bear with me a second. Oh, I can't see. I want to thank you all for sharing this moment with us. Thank you to the City of Calabasas. Thank you to the City Council for this beautiful for this beautiful idea to place this picture of our boy, our friend, and our hero, Kevin Arthur Cordasco, in this beautiful spot. We'd like to thank Maureen Gaffney-Wolfson for this lovely portrait of Kevin. Thank you so much for capturing the daydreamer and the passion with respect to capturing Kevin. Kevin was really a daydreamer. And I have many photos of Kevin that I say, I wonder what he was thinking at that moment. This is one of them. And maybe it will make many people see it and wonder the same thing. Now for years to come, everyone will be able to see the boy who fought every day to become an amazing young man, and he'll be at home in the Calabasas Library. This is an honor, and I know our boy is smiling. His story, tragic and sad, as it may be, will be remembered as the kid that changed our lives. Never took anything for granted, and loved life so that he never ever gave up. Thank you.
Thank you. He was our boy too. And I want to tell a quick story. It's a true story. James Bazagian will vouch for this. But we were at the memorial service at the church. It was packed, and James and I were standing in the back. I know so many of you were there. And at one point, we looked up. There's skylights above in the church. And we looked up, and circling above the church during the memorial service was a beautiful red-tailed hawk, the symbol of Calabasas. And Kevin is also a symbol of Calabasas. And we're going to unveil the portrait. I'm going to ask my fellow council members, Mayor Pro Tem David Shapiro, Lucy Martin, Mary Sue Maurer, James Bazagian, to please join me. Our honorary mayor, Kevin Cordasco.
I'm here on behalf of Senator Fran Pavley, who was so moved by Kevin at the State of the City address last year that, for one thing, we put him in our newsletter. So I have a copy of the newsletter for you. I think I sent that to you months ago. And we've prepared a certificate from the senator for you. So. The state of California recognizes Kevin Cordasco on the occasion of the unveiling of Kevin's portrait in the Calabasas Library. With his strong and courageous spirit, Kevin made an indelible impact on everyone he met. Through his public speaking for organizations such as the American Cancer Society, he transmitted energy and hope to thousands of fellow patients and their families. His enduring belief in the possibilities of life set an extraordinary example for all to follow. Kevin's remarkable spirit will long be remembered by the citizens of Calabasas and beyond. The state of California commends his memory as a true inspiration to the people of the 27th Senate District.
Thank you, Sarah. And the inscription, I hope you'll all come up and take a look. Kevin Cordasco Jr., Honorary Mayor, 2013, Courage, Strength, Believe. I want to thank you all for coming to the ceremony, and we're all thinking of Kevin. Thank you.
This was obviously a very moving event for you tonight.
Yes, I think it was moving for everyone here. It's very emotional today. It was an emotional day, knowing that this honor would be, when we were here, that we would really feel it. And when we saw the photo, we'd really feel Kevin.
You have an amazing young man, amazing family, and you see by the turnout of the community, the manner in which he influenced others and continues to with the way he lived his life, especially once he was diagnosed.
Talk to me as best you can about the cancer, the diagnosis, and how he fought this.
From the beginning, when Kevin was diagnosed, he was very, very sick, stage 4 when he was diagnosed. And he looked at the doctor and said, "What do we have to do?" And that was a 10-year-old.
He had some special moments in this city. Tell us about it.
Well, to me, the most memorable still was when he was mayor for a day, and that was at Mayor Maurer's State of the City address. He had been in bed, couldn't get out that day, and he was asked to stand up and give a speech, and he stood up and gave an amazing speech that inspired everyone. That was tremendous. He always supported the Relay for Life event here in Calabasas. And he was very active at all sports and all activities. in this high school as well.
When you turn around and you look at this photo here, it's a beautiful photo, and as a baseball dad, when you see a kid in a batting helmet, it probably doesn't get much better.
No, he loves all sports, but he loved baseball. And that photo was when Maureen had asked us to give her a photo. I didn't see any other photo except that one. That was the photo.
It's a wonderful thing. We're very pleased to have that there, a reminder of the kind of kid that he was, and it's just a great honor.
Raise your hand if you were a friend of Kevin's. Everybody here, tell me why you came out here tonight.
I thought it was a really great idea that the city of Calabasas decided to put a portrait of Kevin up in the library for everybody to see because he was such an inspiration. And I think the picture that they put is like a really, really good depiction of Kevin.
Kevin was the glue, from what I understand, and they called him the glue because he kept everyone together.
What do you remember about Kevin?
Oh, I remember his jokes and his awesome advice, and his just being around him was so much fun, like hanging out with him, and just mainly his sense of humor.
He was an important person in this community. He's impacted not just children, but adults as well.
Kevin was an old soul. He was, from when he was very young, he would have adult conversations, and people would approach me and say, you know, I just had a conversation with your son, and I swear I didn't talk to a 7-year-old. And that was Kevin from a very young age. He shared, I think the thing that everyone connected with Kevin was that he was able to share his story and his feelings and openly, and he made people feel comfortable with even his fight and the awareness of cancer.
He just looked at life with such a positive light, and I think that's something that we can all take from him.
What did he teach you about life?
You can't really take anything for granted.
You don't take things for granted. You appreciate each day. You never give up. You never surrender. You courage, strength, and believe was his motto that he spread. But really, he lived his life that way. And for us to take up a cause, to fight for what we believe in, and certainly never give up and never complain. And that was what I took from him.
For everyone that knew him, he wanted to just be an average kid, just like everybody else. And that's what he fought for. I mean, he fought just to live every day and be a kid.
He represents so much as a young person that it seems right to have him right here at the Children's Library.
It's a very emotional day because this is his legacy. A lot of these things that go on over the last year, we're coming up on a year now, and it's just incredible what Kevin was able to do, and this is all Kevin's making. We're just here for the ride.
Well, that's going to do it for this edition of City Spotlight. We hope you've enjoyed the program. More importantly, we hope you've learned a little more about a very courageous and strong young man, Kevin Cordasco, who will forever be 16. I'm Pablo Pereira. Thanks for joining us.